Here's how I've gained muscles from a low carbohydrate diet. Everyone says that carbs are very essential for muscle growth and you can't gain muscles without eating carbs, which is not true. Because I remember in 2021 when I was going to the gym, I was waking up early like 3:30 a.m. and the first thing I was doing is like I was going to the gym without eating anything, like empty stomach, and I was going to the gym, coming back, and I was having like a big meal of like protein and fats. Like I was eating 10 to 15 eggs in a row, like, and the next meal I was eating at like 2 p.m. or something like 3 p.m. And then I was eating like cottage cheese or something, like a little bit of protein in that, and also like a big fat meal, and also some kind of like very little carbohydrate in that. But I was having low carbohydrate at that time, and the only energy source I was having is fats. And I remember I was not having any bloating or brain fog or anything like that. I was having consistent energy throughout my day, and I was also staying lean, and I was like having like six pack abs and level and veins on my arms and also on my lower abs as well. And I was like lean as fuck. I was like around like 45-50 kilograms, and I was not pretty big, like I was pretty small, because I was not consistent, because I was like going to the gym, and I was also like working in a shitty job like 9 to 5. That's why I was like going to the gym early in the morning like 4 a.m. or something. And the only meals I was eating like a big meal of like high protein and high fats, and I was not eating like sugary carbohydrates at all, like not even complex carbohydrate. Like I was having veggies, like green veggies like spinach or something, but I was not eating carbohydrates at all. And this type of diet is very good for entrepreneurs who wanted to be focused and productive in a day, and they are having like brain fog because of like because they are eating high carbohydrate diet and like sugary stuffs and like sugar coffee or something else. This type of diet is very good for them because it helps them like keep really focused in their work, and it helps them keep really focused in their deep work and everything. So that's why I was having like a very high energy throughout my day, and I was not like and I was not like struggling with like sleep apnea or something else. Like I was having consistent in my sleeps, and I was having high energy when I was waking up, and I was not waking up like rubbing my eyes or something else. I was having high energy as soon as I'm waking up. As soon as I wake up, I was drinking my water, and I was feeling like very focused, and I was feeling very like present in the moment, and I was having high energy. And all of that is because like I left carbohydrates, and I was not eating any amount of carbohydrates. But the question is how much muscle I have gained by eating low carbohydrate diet. Like, is it possible to also gain a lot of muscles while eating low carbohydrate diet and not eating carbohydrate at all? And the answer is yes, you can do, but it will take time. You have to be patient. Like I was gaining around 2-3 pounds, like 1 kilograms of muscle mass in like 4-6 weeks, and which is pretty good. Like I was not gaining a like hell amount of muscle, like 2-3 kilograms of muscle in a month or so, but I was gaining lean muscle. I was like staying lean, and also I was gaining muscle as well. My body fat percentage stayed low, and I was gaining muscles as well, and I was staying lean. But the only disadvantage was I was not having like too much pump in my workouts. Like when you're eating carbohydrates, you can have that bigger pump in your workouts after your workouts, and you can like take shirtless picture looking big in the mirror and everything. But when you're on low carbohydrate diet, like I'm gonna be honest with you, you're not having that big pump. Like you can't have show off your arm like having that bigger pump and everything, because like it will not like increase the size of your muscles as like glycogen and like carbohydrate does, but it will keep the same size throughout the entire day. Like on the carbohydrate diet, you will have the pump in your workouts, but after that when you get home, you will have that like limpy muscles and everything. You will have that small muscle again. You will not look the same throughout your entire day, but only when you are doing your workouts and after your workouts. But on the low carbohydrate diet, you will look the same all of the day. Like you will look the same 24/7, even without your workouts, even without any pump or anything like that. For sure, like when you're working out, you will look good as well. Like you can take shirtless pictures and everything, but you're not having that bigger pump, like your muscles are getting swollen or something. You'll not have that. Like you will have a cutting like super lean. Like you will have that super lean look when you are on low carbohydrate diet and when you're working out. So these are the only pros and cons of being on low carbohydrate diet, and this is a pretty good diet. And when I was working out in 2021, I was like experimenting so many things because I was like learning so many things about diet and about like fitness and everything. I bought some courses about nutrition and fitness and everything. So that's why I was experimenting so many things, like so many diets on my body and everything. And I experimented this about like 6 weeks or so. And like that was pretty good. I gained some muscle and I was gaining a strength as well. Like I was not weak. I was having bench press like super high and everything. And I was benching around like 80 kilograms or something, and my strength was not as bad as I expected on low carbohydrate diet. So the final thing is you can also gain muscle while eating no carbohydrate and while eating no zero carbohydrates at all, but it is not optimal because like if your goal is to gain muscles faster, you have to eat carbohydrates. Like it will help you to increase the energy and it will help you to increase the strength as well. Like when you eat carbohydrates, like complex carbohydrate, I'm not talking about like sugar stuffs and everything. When you eat carbohydrates, it helps you to increase energy and really push hard in your workouts. Like as compared to the low carbohydrate diet and moderate carbohydrate or high carbohydrate diet, the high carbohydrate diet person or the moderate carbohydrate diet person will have higher strength in the gym as compared to the low carbohydrate diet person. So they can push hard in the gym and they can also like fatigue their muscles more so that they can build muscles faster. So this helps you to build muscles faster. Like it is not optimal that if you are on low carbohydrate diet, and at that time I was like experimenting, so I would gain some muscle like 1 kilogram, 2 kilograms of muscles, but that was not optimal. Like that was not the only potential for my body. So that's why I started adding some moderate carbohydrates, like complex carbohydrates in my workouts. But I was not eating carbohydrates like throughout my day, like in my breakfast, in like lunch and dinner and like 5 meal snacks and everything. I was eating carbohydrates only before my workout, like in the lunchtime. Like after that, like after 1 2 year, like after 2022 2023, I was going to the gym in my evening time, like in 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. So that's why I started adding some complex carbohydrates in my workout in the lunchtime so that I can have higher energy in my workouts. And I'm not recommending you to add like simple carbohydrates like sugar stuffs, chocolates, and everything. I'm recommending you to add like complex carbohydrates like veggies or some rice or some wheat or something else, so that it will give you some constant energy in your workouts. And recently I have added some moderate carbohydrates in my like lunchtime before my workouts, and it is giving me the energy I need in my workouts and also in my boxing training and everything. But I'm not eating carbohydrates throughout my day, like in my breakfast and my dinner, to have that brain fog, because I'm also working on my business and everything. So I don't want that brain fog, like low brain points or something. So that's why I'm not adding too much carbohydrates in my day and my in my daily routine, so that it will not like stunt my growth and productivity, and like it will not give me any brain fog or something. So for entrepreneurs, like you have to decide for yourself, like if your priority is your business right now and if you are like really focused in your business, like just go ahead and just eliminate all of your carbohydrates and go on some zero carbohydrate side. Like it will help you to be really productive and focused in your work, and you will gain muscle as well. Like you can have like a pretty good workouts and you can gain like little bit of muscle as well, but not like having like potential muscle growth. But if your priority right now is bodybuilding and like in aesthetic bodybuilding and everything and gain more muscles, like go ahead and like add more like complex carbohydrate or some moderate carbohydrates in your work, like in your daily routine in the lunchtime or before your workout, especially so that you have that high energy in your workouts. And this is all. Like you can also gain muscle while being on low carbohydrate diet. And if you want the exact diet plan that I've used to build an aesthetic body and also the training program that I've used to build an aesthetic physique faster, just check out the first link in the description. Goodbye.